Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome in to Valley High School. We're a little under 90 seconds away from tip here at Valley High School. John, we've seen Valley 3 times this year. We saw them at Northwest. We saw them last week as they took on Minford, and now tonight we'll see them take on Eastern Pike, the Eagles of Eastern Pike, who have kind of been one of the more surprising teams in our area. They've had some big wins, including one against Valley that was back on December 20th. That was probably one of the highest scoring games in our coverage area. I'd go out on a limb and say it probably is the highest combined points between two teams in our coverage area this season. 96-92, double overtime win for the Eagles, and they also had a win over Wheelersburg as well, but they've had some tough losses too. They had a loss to to Waverly, and that represents Waverly's only win on the season. I believe they're 1-15 or 1-16 on the year. But they'll look to get their second win against Valley here tonight and sweep the season series. For Eastern coming in at 9-8, 4-7. Their last one, however, John, after beating Wheelersburg the first time around, they fall 79-47. That was back on Tuesday. For Valley coming in 11-4, 7-4 in the league, coached by Craig Tackett. Their previous game was an 89-63 win over Paint Valley. That was at Paint Valley, so a little battle between the valleys there for those two teams. John, I haven't seen Eastern yet this year, and just, I'm kind of excited to see them with all the wins they've had, and I'm just excited to see which team. It's kind of been the tale of two teams for this Eagles team, and I'm kind of excited to see which one we'll see here tonight. We will take a quick break. Well, you go ahead.
Apparently not. I think we're going to have something else. Oh, they're doing a military appreciation.
The Ohio Department of Education has recognized Valley High School as a Purple Star designated school. The Purple Star Award recognizes...
Yeah, so for Eastern Pike, I've seen them a couple times. I saw them against Ripley, believe it or not. And then I also saw them early in the season against Pike. They were very impressive in both games. And really, if they can get up and down, they're in good shape. So for Eastern, they really play just one senior with Neil Leist. But with T.J. Richards, Jace White, Tucker Leist, and then a freshman, Brewer Tomlinson.
Yep, 6'4".
6'4", just like, and if you see him, he looks very young. He's got the baby face going, very strong, does a great job on the interior. It's going to be a lot to handle in SOC play for the next 3 years as well. With Ethan Leist, it's a first-year coach. He took an Eastern program that's been down a little bit the last couple of years, and he's got them well organized. He's very young.
Right.
But he does an outstanding job for them. It's a really proud program with Eastern. Okay, now we're going to have to...
Yeah, we'll go ahead and now we will take a quick break for the playing of the national anthem.
I'll tell you what, Dewey, I just noticed on the wall during the anthem that they are the 2006 SOC swim champions.
There we go.
Yeah.
Didn't even know we had a swim team.
Yeah, so it's good to see different sports being recognized in the area, so giving people all kinds of different opportunities. Going back to Eastern, it's a proud program. They've done a lot of winning in their past, and really with playing one senior, having a young coaching staff, it's pretty exciting for them. Now, Neil Leist is outstanding as a senior, but it is nice for them that they will have different guys back for next year.
Yep.
For Valley, they are, they shook off some rust after losing a couple straight games. Losing to Medford last week when we had them here, and then going to South Webster and losing a tight game there. It's a team with a lot of seniors. They'll start 4 seniors, 1 junior. And, they have a lot of big expectations. They've moved up to D3 this year. They still have the aspirations to make a tournament run, even if they're not going to win the SOC this year. They still have those big aspirations. And it looked like, Payne Valley's having a good season, and they really put it to them.
Yep.
So, it appears that, they started to get things going on the right track there, and they're going to look to continue that tonight. Now, Eastern Pike, they are a Division IV school. After dipping their toe in Division III for a couple of years, and that was when they jumped to the SOC 2, but they're back to Division IV, and this is a team, D4 seems to be pretty wide open. You have Leesburg Fairfield, who's undefeated.
Yep.
But they have lost one of their best players.
North Adams is D4 as well.
North Adams is 3.
D3?
Yeah. So also in D4, you got Federal Hawking, who I feel
Lancers.
feel like they play very similar style to Valley. Get up and down, shoot a lot of threes. Really difficult to game plan for. Them and Fairfield are probably the top 2 seeds, but then you got South Webster, who plays like Eastern Pike in this very good league, the SOC 2, which will get them prepared for tournament play. It appears that the Jeeps are playing a little bit better, and also the Payne Valley. And then right after that would be Eastern. They're right in that 5-6 range for seeding. They are going to be a handful in the tournament, but they want to really get things going right tonight, getting themselves back in the winning ways.
Yeah, very quickly, the starters for both of these teams here tonight will start with Eastern, number 11, TJ Richards, number 3, Tucker Leist, number 13, Jace White, number 22, Neil Leist, and the big man down low, the freshman, number 44, Brewer Tomlinson. For the Indians, number 1, George Arnett, number 4, Colt Buckle, number 10, Carter Nickel, number 13, Jace Copley, and Valley's big man, number 25, Levi Stewart. They've started the same all 3 times we've seen them this season, John, and why would you not? They've had a lot of success this year. We've talked a lot about how Stewart was a guy last year who didn't see as much time as there was another Stewart who somehow or another wasn't related to him. I always thought they were, but was kind of their big man for that team, and now Stewart getting his chance in this season. So Eastern Pike wins the tip. They'll have the first possession for us here tonight, guarded by Copley. Top of the key now into the corner. That's White around the elbow. Copley got a hand on it. I believe some whites are going out in the stands. I think that may have been on purpose, though, as down low Tomlinson finishes off the glass for 2 and has the first points of the contest for us here tonight. On the other end, Copley knocks down a 3. Valley out in front, 3-2.
As we've said, both times we've had Valley, they get it out and go in a hurry. So after the nice Brewer Tomlinson layup, Jace Copley gets a nice look from the outside and buries it.
Looking back door for number 22. That's Neil Leist. Pass was off target. It was coming out of the hands of Tomlinson. That'll be a turnover for the Eagles. So Buckle will bring it across half court. Entry pass to Arnett. Looking back down low to Copley, and it's taken away by Jace White.
Yeah, Jace White does a great job defensively. Really good job on the help side there.
Three ball on the way from Neil Leist is no good. Stewart the rebound, and we'll have our first foul of the contest. It'll be on Brewer Tomlinson. And going back to Colt Buckle, John, one of the more impressive rebounders we've seen in the area. Listed as 6'1". He plays the guard position, maybe small forward, although I'd say that's probably what they have Copley listed as. Goes up and fights with the big guys for rebounds on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, great athlete, extends really well to go get the ball at its highest point. Really hard to deal with him on the offensive glass.
Copley, another deep three on the way, knocks it down, 6-2 Indians.
Chase Copley with 6 quick points in the first minute 30 here. You got to get a hand out on Copley, or else he's going to burn you for, if not the whole night, most of the night.
Eastern now looking to answer back. White, a three ball off target, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Arnett. Into the corner, mid-range jumper from Colt Buckle is good. 8-2 lead for Eastern. And Coach Leist will take a timeout with 6:07 to go in the first quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Eagles.
Yeah, for the Eagles, they got to. Their first basket of the game was a backdoor layup, a layup from up top inside. But since then, they've settled for 2 quick threes and a turnover, and all 3 times they've gotten burned off of it. So Valley hasn't missed a shot. They're 3 for 3. They did have 1 turnover, but they're getting good looks in transition. Just no one picked up Colt Buckle there, and that's just an easy jump shot for him. He probably could have stood there and taken the 3 too, but he gets to a little better shot. About a 12-footer, knocks it down, forces the timeout.
So it appears both teams will stay the same coming out of the timeout. Tucker Leist will bring it up for the Eagles. Hand off to White, now in the hands of Neil Leist around the top of the key, guarded by Buckle. White working the baseline, looking for the reverse, may have rolled his ankle. Eagles stay in control.
Yeah, definitely rolled it on when he was driving baseline there.
Eagles still in possession. Yeah, I think we're going to have an officials timeout to get Tucker White, or excuse me, that was Jace White out of the game because he appears to be having troubles with his ankle. So Eastern will stay in control here with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. Scored the first bucket of the game and since has not been able to find anything open. Down low to Tomlinson, guarded by Stewart. Not going to be easy for Tomlinson all night. Stewart, one of the bigger big men in the area. But Tomlinson, nice pump fake, can't get it to go. On the layup, offensive rebound, putback is blocked away by Stewart. Give Buckle the rebound, going the other way. Pass is intercepted by Tucker Leist. So a quick turn of events there for the Indians. Tomlinson, a mid-range jumper, knocks it down. Lead cut in half to 4.
Tomlinson's got all 4 points, but here Eastern's got to pick up in transition.
Going the other way, Arnett, a contested 3 off the backboard, can't get it to drop. Give Neil Leist the rebound for the Eagles, and that is Carter Nickel with the steal on the other end for Valley.
Yeah, just kind of a reckless pass there. Have to take care of the ball here against the Indians.
Copley on the right wing, and we're going to have an offensive foul. It's going to be on Levi Stewart. That'll be the team's first, his first. And that'll hand things over to the Eagles with 4:29 to go in the first quarter. As Jace White appears to be okay, he'll check back into the game.
Good jump in the screen there by Colt Buckle at the top of the key, making it to where Neil Leist can't get there.
Leist, a runner on the baseline, gets it to go. 4-0 run here for the Eagles, has the Valley lead cut down to 2 points at 8-6.
Tucker Leist does not really look for a shot, a really good point guard, but he makes this Eastern team a lot more dangerous when he does look for a shot as he hits the nice little floater there.
Copley off the pump fake, screen by Stewart, top of the key to Nickel. Off the dribble inside, up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Give the rebound to Tomlinson.
I think TJ Richards got a hand on that also.
Richards on the other end, pass down low to Tucker Lice, can't get it to go. Valley with the defensive board. Going the other way, Buckle, coast to coast, can't get it to go. Tomlinson almost comes up with the rebound, give it to Buckle. And we'll have a foul on the floor. I believe it'll be on the Eagles. Foul will be on Jace White, so that'll be the team's second.
Yeah, it's a good foul because that was going to be a layup for Colt Buckle.
Foul was off the ball, so Valley will stay in control, inbounding from the baseline. Copley in the corner. Working the baseline, pass out to Arnett around the free throw line. Now to Buckle, a three ball on the way, knocks it down.
Nice find by George Arnett, just hitting his classmate for an easy three. You know, he's made one from 12 feet, now he's made one from 20. Good start for Colt Buckle.
This one poked out of bounds by the Indians, so it'll stay here with Eastern. Wide inbound from the far sideline. Now inside, Richards up with the right hand, off the glass, can't get it to go. Stewart the rebound for Valley.
It's a big man rebound there by Stewart.
Copley off the dribble. This one poked away by Neil Leist. Ball is on the ground. Eventually, Tucker Leist able to come up with the loose ball. Now down low to Tucker Leist once again off the glass and in for two.
Yeah, great brother-to-brother connection there, finding Tucker for the layup.
Arnett, a short-range jumper on the other end, off the glass and in.
Getting out and going in a hurry.
White down the left side, off the glass, no good. Another rebound for Stewart.
It's his fourth rebound already.
Jumper from the free throw line from Buckle is off the mark. Eastern with the rebound on the other end. That's Leist, or excuse me, that's White for a mid-range jumper. Arnett grabs the board for Valley. Back and forth here in the first quarter. Buckle down low is fouled. That'll send him to the line, shooting two.
And that's going to be two on Jace White as well. His second. And White's a player they really need. He's, you know, they had to stop the ball in transition there. It was a little too easy to get to Buckle to drive into the defender. To get
They've done that a couple times, John, just right off the rebound. Stewart finds an outlet pass, and whoever he passes to, it's been Copley a couple times. It's been Buckle, I believe, twice now, and they've just gone coast to coast and found their way to the rim. 2 for 2 from the line is Buckle, lead now up to 7.
Yeah, the Indians do a really good job of filling their lanes on the break. And like you mentioned, Stewart getting the outlet pass is huge to start for them.
Richards around the free throw line, pass to Neal off the pump fake. And we'll have a foul on the floor. Should be on Colt Buckle.
Yeah, the big thing I've noticed so far is Eastern runs some really good stuff. Just have to be patient on the shots they're taking. As they're taking a couple quick ones, and that's led to some runouts for the Indians.
Down low, Neal once again with the right hand. Tough shot, can't get it to go. This one out of bounds on Richards, and it'll be Valley basketball.
Yeah, for Eastern, you can't be too, you obviously don't like being down 7, but they're getting good looks. They're just not getting stuff to fall right now. You have to think that's going to change here in the coming minutes for the Eagles.
Now on the other end, Valley looking to extend their 7-point lead here in the first quarter. And we'll have a travel. I think it's going to be called on Stewart. So that'll turn it over to Eastern.
5th turnover already for the Indians.
Leist in the mid-range, working on Buckle up with the right hand. No good. Buckle the rebound for Valley. Going the other way, pass to Arnett. Nice find from Buckle. Nice finish at the rim by George Arnett. Lead up to 9.
Yeah, they just get out and go. And if it goes to one of their guards, just go in a hurry. Nice.
Deep three from Leist is off the mark. Arnett comes up with the board for the Indians. Copley on the other end. Scoop layup, can't get it to go. Give the rebound to Neil Leist. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. White on the right side, guarded by 2 Indians. Tough shot, gets it to drop.
I don't know how that didn't get blocked, as Copley read it really well that he was going up with it, but gets it up, goes through the contact, and scores. His first 2 of the night.
Backdoor find to Buckle is in. Nice pass from from Carter Nickel to Colt Buckle.
Speaking of running good action, the Valley Indians just running really good action to get that backdoor layup.
We've seen them run that backdoor lob type play that really, John, we saw Waverly run a ton last year. Once again, White on the reverse layup. That was eerily similar to the one he rolled his ankle on. Tomlinson on the putback. He gets it to go. Counted in the foul. Chance to cut the lead down to 6.
Yeah, Tomlinson with a really patient job there. He knows the Stewart wants to try to block the shot. So he's just going to try to pump fake him, try to get him a little off balance, then go into his body. That's going to be the second foul on Levi Stewart. And really, it's crazy to say about a freshman, but Tomlinson has the size and strength advantage over whoever he's going to play against while Stewart's out of the game.
So Tomlinson will look to convert the 3-point play here. He will not. Copley the rebound off of the missed free throw, under 5 to shoot here for the Indians. Deep 3 from Copley off the mark. Rebound goes to Nickel. This one is not good if it goes, and that'll end the first quarter. Valley out in front, 19-12. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
19-12, the score after one. Valley looking to avenge an early season loss to the Eagles back on December 20th. That game going into double overtime, 96-92. The final that game was at Eastern, and the home team prevailed in that contest. Valley looking to flip the script here tonight, and so far, John, they're on the right track.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. The only issue so far for Valley is that they've had some turnovers. Colt Buckle, though, 3 for 5, 9 points. He's got 3 rebounds already. He just kind of shows out whenever we're here.
In the corner, Arnett pass to Buckle all the way to the other corner. Copley a 3, got it.
Yeah, Copley with 9 now. Good ball movement there. Finding the junior in the corner. That's his 3rd 3 already.
I believe, John, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc for Copley. Down low to Tomlinson, going to work on Carter Nickel, kicks it out. Baseline drive, pass back to Tomlinson. Pump fake goes up with the right hand, no foul. And it will be deflected out of bounds by the Indians.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a block for George Arnett on the backside. They're trying to get Tomlinson the ball in a good position.
Tomlinson once again up with the right hand, off the window, can't get it to go. Richards causes the rebound to go to Neil Leist, who knocks down the 3.
Yeah, well, T.J. Richards does a great job of keeping that ball alive. And Leist buries the 3.
Elbow jumper from Nickel is off the back iron and bounces off the top of the backboard, so that'll hand things back over to the Eagles. Now on the other end, Tomlinson down low once again, and he's fouled by Arnett. So that'd be the team's 4th. And I believe Arnett's his first.
Yeah, 1 for Buckle, 1 for Arnett, 2 for Stewart.
Inbound pass looking for Richards.
I think that was
and
Luke.
Eventually, Copley will come up with the loose ball. Pass over to Buckle. His shot is blocked away by T.J. Richards, pushed ahead to White.
That's a bad call.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like Nichols' feet may have still been moving, but nonetheless will be a charge on Jace White that'll hand things back over to the Indians.
And that's huge because that's White's third.
So 6:40 to play here in the first half. 7.22 to 15 lead here for the Indians. Into the corner, Copley once again. Baseline drive off the glass and in for two.
Copley with 11. Nice job using the ball fake there to get his man in the air and drive and finish it.
Richards on the right side, picks up his dribble, pass now to Tomlinson. Back to Leist. Leist thought about the three at the top of the key. Tough defense here from the Indians. Down low, Tomlinson counted and the foul once again.
Yeah,
Brewer Tomlinson, another chance for another three-point play. John will see if he can convert it this time.
Yeah, he gets in a decent position. He's just so strong. I mean, Carter Nickel wasn't in bad position, but you know, if your arms drop down at all, you're going to get called for that. You got to be as vertical as possible.
Last time wasn't able to convert the three-point play. This time he will not be able to again in transition. Loot up for the layup, can't get it to go. Arnett the easy putback for two.
Yeah, that's why you hustle, get in position so you can get to that. You know, hopefully you get an easy putback like that. Those are the easiest points that Arnett's going to get on the night. It's all because of hustle.
Leist the pass to White, a deep three on the way, back of the rim, can't get it to go. And the rebound will be off the fingertips of Carter Nickel and out of bounds, so it'll stay here with Eastern.
Yeah, for Eastern, you're only down 9. One of your top players has been in foul trouble. You just got to try to stay in range.
Leist on the left wing, feed down to Richards. Guarded by Copley, up with the right hand, no good. Tomlinson for a moment had the rebound, ball is loose.
I don't know which one kicked it. I thought both of them did.
I think the official ruling is going to be Arnett for a kick ball, so once again it'll stay here with the Eagles. Inbound to Tomlinson, now top of the key to White. Down low to Richards, guarded by Luke. Tough shot with the right hand, no good. Ball is loose. Once again, Arnett comes up with the rebound. And goes coast to coast, although a little too much off the glass on the layup. Eastern comes up with the defensive rebound now going the other way. Neil Leist, a three ball back iron, can't get it to go. Tomlinson, a deflection, eventually goes to Carter Nickel for the rebound. Lou to three ball on the other end. Once again, back iron. Just too much on these shots for both teams. Arnett will try a three of his own, and this time we have one go through the net as Arnett knocks it down.
Yeah, nice job by Colt Buckle to keep that thing alive and then find his classmate, George Arnett, with 9.
It'll be a full timeout here for the Eagles, so we'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
About halfway through the second quarter here, Valley out in front by 12 at 29-17. Eastern gonna look to cut it down here. They've had some open looks, just haven't been able to convert.
Yeah, they've got some size advantage inside, but just haven't been able to get anything to fall around the rim here in the second quarter.
Leicht fadeaway jumper from the free throw line is no good. Copley, the rebound for the Indians. Cross-court pass to Buckle. Wide open on the left side. Mid-range jumper knocks it down.
Yeah, that can't be in the scouting report to just not guard him on the 15-footer. Buckle has 11.
Deep 3 for the Eagles is off the mark, although Tomlinson the rebound. Easy putback for 2. Lead now back to 12.
Tomlinson with 10 points and 5 rebounds so far for the freshman, leading the Eagles.
On the elbow, Copley going to work on Neil Leicht with the offhand. Left hand can't get it to go on the hook shot. Rebound Tomlinson. In transition, White wide open from the right wing. No good. Buckle the rebound. Across half court and fouled. That'll be the team's 5th. As Dylan Morton checks into the game for Brewer Tomlinson. First time we've seen Morton here tonight.
Yeah, Morton's given them good minutes the couple times I've seen him. It's just, it's not a great matchup for them to play the two bigs at the same time with how athletic and long this Valley team is.
Luke down low to Copley, but we'll have, like you said, John, an offensive foul that'll turn things over to Eastern.
Yeah, you don't see offensive pass interference called very often. And
a push-off.
Yeah, but that one was pretty obvious. Just got to make sure you don't extend those arms if you're Copley on the next one.
So White will bring it across the timeline here. Or excuse me, that's Leicht across the timeline. Now back to Leicht on the left side. Thought about the floater, but it's blocked away by Copley. John, in that Minford game, I believe Copley finished with about 4 blocks that game. You know, you figure Stewart's going to be the guy with all the blocks, but it was Copley who prevailed as the top shot blocker for the Indians.
Yeah, for Valley, they close out so well, and you think you have an open layup, but they'll just take it away with their length and athleticism on the backside.
Wide open, top of the key, 3, front iron, no good. Ball is loose once again. Lute officially comes up with the loose ball and the rebound. This one's poked away. Loose ball now in the hands of Tucker Leicht for the Eagles. Now to Neil Leicht, and he's going to be called for a travel, so that'll quickly turn things back over to the Indians as Levi Stewart comes in for Parker Lute.
Yeah, I like this move. You know, you don't want him to pick up his 3rd, but at least at this point, get him some minutes back in this quarter after sitting most of this game so far with the 2 early fouls.
Down low to Copley with the right hand. Off the rim, no good. Give the rebound to the Eagles. Now Leicht in transition. Runner on the way off the glass and in. Lead down to 10.
Yeah, Tucker Leicht is 6 now. He's gotten them all in that little mid-range runner area.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. The Indians will slow things down here, try to set something up, extend this 10-point lead. Off the screen, Copley towards the left corner, cross-court pass to Nickel. Moving mid-range shot is off the window, no good. Rebound goes to Leicht.
And that was the shot that Nickel made like crazy against Minford.
Another wide open 3 for the Eagles is no good. Saved by Leicht. He'll keep it alive and have a wide open corner 3 and knock it down.
Yeah, Tucker Leicht was rewarded with that hustle on that play to get that three-pointer in the corner. Cutting it down to a 7-point lead.
It'll be a full timeout for Coach Tackett. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really, it's
1:14 to play here in the first half. Eastern once trailing by, I believe, as much as 12 may have been the highest for Valley. Now able to cut it down to 7 as we inch closer to the final minute of play here in the first half.
Yeah, Tucker Lice got the fast break runner and then buried that 3 in the corner. He's got 9 for the Eagles.
Another backdoor lob to Buckle, and he's fouled on the way up. It'll be interesting to see if this is a shooting foul or on the floor, and it will be on the floor. Wasn't sure if they were going to get it
right
before he caught it and went for the shot, or if it was during that process.
That's where I wouldn't want to be an official because that's hard to judge on that. But the foul was the right call for sure.
Arnett pass to Stewart. Hook shot is on the way and off the mark. Rebound goes to Tucker Lice. Pushed ahead to Richards. Now in the hands of Tomlinson, who down low off the glass and in for 2. Lead down to 5. Big run here from the Eagles.
Yeah, Valley's got to get a good quality shot here. They don't need to rush it unless it's going to be a layup.
30 seconds to play here in the first half. Screen from Buckle, pass from Copley. Buckle's shot is blocked away by Neil Leist.
Yeah, the Eagles, I think that's a good timeout. You're going to get a possession here. Yes, you're down to 2 timeouts for the second half, but you got a chance to cut it down.
A 1 possession game?
Yeah, you got a chance
either
to cut
way,
it down,
2 or 3.
cut it down to a 1 possession game. You have the ball to start the second half, so you want to make sure you get the last shot here. Both teams are in the bonus, so really, ideally, you take the last shot. There's not even a rebound that you might foul on. And here's the thing, Dewey. Both times I've seen Eastern, they've exploded in the second half. So
it looks like they may have started that explosion a little early here as I believe the floater from Leist was right around the maybe 2-minute 30-second mark. And they came up, I think the possession after that may have been the backdoor foul on Buckle, and then we had the 3 by Leist after he saved it down here in the near sideline corner. So yeah, it's been a pretty solid run here to end the first half from Eastern. Under 8 to shoot here for the Eagles. Pass to Lice, deep shot on the way, runs in and out. Stewart the rebound, and Arnett will launch it at the buzzer. And that'll take us to the end of the first half, 31-26. Valley out in front. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have all the stats from the first half and much, much more. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar Stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
31-26 is your score after the first half. Valley at one point leading by 12, had their lead cut all the way down to 5 in the closing 1 or 2 minutes of the first half. John, why don't you go ahead and give us a statistical summary from the first half?
Yeah, just making it simple, Valley's hit a few more shots. They both made 12 shots from the field, where the difference is Valley's hit 3 more threes. They're 5 of 8 from 3 so far, so they've been very efficient, while Eastern is 2 of 11 from 3. Eastern also 0 for 2 at the line. Valley is 2 for 2 at the line. Leading the way for Valley, Jace Copley with 11 points. He's 4 of 8 from the field. He's got 3 rebounds. He's got a couple of assists. Colt Buckle has 11 points for Valley as well. He's got 6 boards. He's 4 of 9 from the field. George Arnett with 9 points. He's 4 of 5 from the field. He's got 3 rebounds. Then that's all the scoring they've done, as Parker Lute, Carter Nickel, and Levi Stewart have given good minutes, but they haven't scored. Stewart had some foul trouble. He did finish the half, but had 4 rebounds in that first quarter. Also has 2 fouls. For Eastern, they are led in scoring by freshman Brewer Tomlinson. He's got 12 points, 6 of 10 shooting, 5 rebounds. He also is 0 for 2 at the line, though, so that's something he's got to improve on, because he's going to get fouled with how big and strong he is. Next is Tucker Leist. He's got 9 points, 4 of 9 for the field. Had a really good end of the first half to spark the Eagles. Neil Leist with 3. Hasn't really been able to get his shot going, but he's going to be the #1 guy on the scouting report, so he's going to find a way to get going for the Eagles. Then Jace White with 2. Now Jace White has 3 fouls. Got a kind of suspect charge late, about early in the second quarter, really. And then TJ Richards hasn't scored, played really good defense, had 2 blocks for the Eagles. So the Eagles from down 12 to only down 5. Will get the ball here to start.
I was going to say get the first possession of the second half, so primo position here for the Eagles to maybe cut it down to 1 possession. A 2 or a 3 would do it. You would have loved to have had that 3 at the end of the half.
Yeah,
as now it would only be a 2-point game.
Now that was, I didn't get the chance to mention it at the time, but I really like that move by Coach Tackett. He went into a zone, which they're in now, and made it, whatever they set up for. But still, Neil Leist was able to get a good look.
So the Eagles and the Indians will both start off with who they started the game with in their starting 5. Top the key 3 from Tucker Leist is off the back iron. Long rebound stays with the Eagles. Cross-court pass to White in the corner. Works the baseline, now pass to Tomlinson. Going to work on Stewart. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Buckle comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, Tomlinson just tried to go through the contact too much. If he would have went up immediately, they would have had it.
Interception by White in transition. Dishes it off to Neil Leist. Good ball movement there. Although they're only within 2 feet of each other. And a nice save there on the other end by Tucker Leist. Back-to-back steals for the sophomore. Rebound Richards. Fadeaway jumper is good. So 2 big steals to start the second half for Tucker Leist. A 4-0 run to start the third quarter, and we'll have a 30-second timeout for the Indians.
Yeah, one team came out with the energy. It's now an 11-0 run for the Eagles going back to the first half. I mean, you get a steal by Jace White, then a brilliant pass to Neil Leist, and then that steal and save by Tucker Leist was just outstanding. Then TJ Richards finally gets one to fall. Probably the most difficult shot he's taken at the half, or of the game. So Eastern with the energy, if they can keep it up here, would be vital in their attempts to make a comeback here against the Indians. Now that's a good timeout for Coach Tackett. Just kind of, hey guys, let's have some life.
Well, John, you mentioned how both times you've seen this Eastern team, they've kind of been a second half team, and so far they're showing why you would think that.
Yeah. I like that play. I would have liked it if Buckle went after with White having 3 fouls.
Copley double teamed around half court. Somebody's got to be open. Arnett around the free throw line, looking for Nickel in the corner, and it's intercepted by Richards. Going the other way. Leicht pass inside. Tomlinson off the hop step, blocked by Copley. Tomlinson comes down with the rebound. 3 ball for Leicht is good. Eastern out in front, 33-31. First lead of the game for the Eagles. Actually, second lead. I believe the Eagles had the first point of the night, and on the other end, counted in the foul for Colt Buckle.
Yeah, good job in transition. That's how you respond to giving up that lead like that, by just getting right back down the court, getting the basket. Now you got a chance to take the lead back. Buckle 2 for 2 at the line so far tonight.
This time not able to convert. Stewart the rebound. And we'll have a foul on the floor. That'll be on Brewer Tomlinson. So Valley going to get another possession here. Copley inbound on the baseline.
Too bad that wasn't Carter Nickel involved, so I could have said a nickel dimer, and it made sense.
Inbound pass into Buckle. Nice finish on the baseline, and just like that, Valley back out in front.
Yeah, that foul was huge because that's 3 on Tomlinson as well.
Eastern now looking to answer back. Tomlinson pass inside. Richards back out. Leicht a 3. Yes!
That's the third 3 for Tucker Lice. He's made 3 of his last 4. Good find by TJ Richards.
Had the first 2 points of the contest, but since then Valley has led for the most part. Copley over to Stewart. His shot is no good. Gets the rebound, and the putback finds the rim.
Yeah, good job by Stewart to stay with that.
Tomlinson at the free throw line has it poked away by Copley. Loose ball. Eastern able to stay in control, top of the key with White all the way into the corner. Leicht, another 3, yes!
Yeah, Lice was screaming for that ball. He wanted that the entire possession, as he is feeling it now.
Tucker Leicht with the hot hand so far here in the second half has the Eagles out to a 2-point lead with under 5 to play in the third. Arnett a 3 on the other end, yes!
Yeah, this has really opened up. It's a lot of fun so far. Tucker Lice with 18 points now. I'd get it back to him. Let him shoot it from the V. And he's the non-shooter of the two brothers, as I mentioned in the pregame. And it's not because he couldn't shoot. It's just him usually getting the offense set up.
Entry pass to Tomlinson. He hands it off to White. Going to work on Arnett. Down low, Richards off the glass. Blocked away by Levi Stewart. Buckle the rebound for the Indians. Across half court, Arnett a 3. Yes!
Arnett, he's 6 or 7 from the field in the game. That's his third 3. 3 of 4 from 3. Gives the Indians back a 4-point lead.
Tomlinson guarded by Stewart. Now Copley takes it inside. Poked away. Saved by Richards. Now back to Tomlinson. And this one up in the air. Buckle. The loose ball. 2-on-1 fast break. Takes it himself. Pass to Arnett. And in for 2.
Yeah, very quick turnaround here. An 8-0 run for the Indians after Tucker Lice hit his third straight 3. And they put Jace Copley on him and just kind of, shut his water off to start.
Backdoor pass to Richards. Nice catch. Nice finish upstairs for TJ Richards. 4 points now in the game for Richards.
I mentioned this on Saturday when we were covering, these sideline out of bounds plays are becoming more and more effective.
Arnett a fadeaway 3 off the rim. Can't get it to drop. Give the rebound to Jace White.
It's a good look, though, with how hot Arnett's been. Just unable to get it to fall.
White in the half court inside. Up for the layup. And the rebound goes to Stewart. Arnett the other way. Up for the layup on the other end. Can't get it to fall. Rebound goes to Neil Leicht. Neil Leicht at the top of the key, guarded by Stewart. Contested 3 ball, back iron, rebound Tomlinson, and it'll be out of bounds on George Arnett. Stay here with the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles just try to get back in your offense a little bit. If that quick shot's there, obviously look for it because they've been hot. But just a couple of straight trips with just kind of rush shots, not really in the offense.
Richards in the corner, nice feed to Tomlinson. Once again, guarded by Stewart, and it's blocked away. But it'll be a foul on the Indian big man. That'll send Tomlinson to the line. John, I believe he's 0 for 2 from the stripe with 2 and 1. So we'll see if he can change it here. No, it's going to be
on the floor.
It's going to be on the floor, which not 100% sure how it must have been before he went up for the shot. Nonetheless, Eastern will hang on to it. Tomlinson, a mid-range jumper, is off the mark. Give the rebound to Jace Copley. Pass ahead. Buckle knocks down the mid-range jumper.
That's the third time in transition where Colt Buckle's just caught it, dribbled in, and knocked down a wide-open jump shot. And that's the difference in the game so far. Got to make it more difficult for them in transition.
Leist once again, this time not able to connect. Richards, the big-time rebound. Leist comes up with the loose ball. Another 3 for Leist. Not able to connect on that one either. Rebound eventually goes to Buckle. Inside to Stewart, out to Copley. From the volleyball line, off the front iron. Saved by Nickel, behind the back pass. What a find, and what a finish from Colt Buckle. You don't see that every day, John.
No. A little bit of luck, but also that's why you hustle. Making a great play there.
Well, you know, when you're on your own side of the floor, you know, there's really not a whole lot of bad. I mean, the worst thing that happens is a turnover. Now, if you're on the other end of the floor and you do something like that, it could end up in the hands of somebody right underneath the rim. So when you're on offense, you know, why not throw it behind your back? But on defense, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles need to get a good look here.
Rice on the baseline, pass to Morton, who checked in and gets his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, good drive and find there by Jace White. And good job by Dylan Morton. They've been pump faking Stewart so much, maybe you just go straight up with him.
Had a foul on the floor on Tucker Leist.
I believe that's his second.
Parker Lute looking to check into the game for the Indians. He'll come in for Levi Stewart.
Yeah, Lute gave him good minutes. Now Eastern's going to go small. .101 left here in third.
Inbound to Arnett in the far corner. Looking to go cross court all the way to the other corner. Morton able to get a hand on it. And it'll roll up in here about 3 rows deep into the stands, but it'll stay here with Valley.
Had some good velocity on that. Getting ready for baseball season. One of the better pitchers in Southern Ohio is George Arnett.
Under a minute to play. Looking down low for Copley. Ball is loose, but it'll stay here with Valley.
Yeah, and that was kind of just thrown in the middle of 4 guys, hoping to find the one Valley.
Ludo inbound to Copley. 40 seconds to play here in the third. Copley crossover 3 ball. Yes!
Copley now with 14. Beautiful crossover. Gets to a shot. Buries his 4th 3 of the night.
Lead is back up to 9 here for the Indians. Under 20 to play. Looks like Eastern may hold for the last shot here. Tucker Leist looking to pass it into the corner, but the pass is off target. That'll turn things back over to Valley with 10.5 to play here in the third.
Only the 2nd turnover in the quarter and 6th overall for the Eagles, but that could loom large if Valley gets a basket here.
So Copley will let it roll, eventually pick it up, shoot it with 6 seconds left. Rebound goes to White. They've got some time to get a shot off. Deep 3 on the way, contested off the backboard, and no good. So that'll send us to the final quarter of play, 52-43, Valley leading We'll be back in a moment.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
52-43 is your score as we enter the final quarter of regulation. John, it seemed like Eastern was starting to get back into things and still only trailing by 9, but Valley somewhat took back over there in the closing minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, Eastern came out with all that energy to start the second half, got it down to 1, and then, Tucker Lice just kept knocking down shots. But on the other end, George Arnett was answering them. He answered, it was 39-37 Eastern, and Valley ends on a 15-4 run. A lot of that was Colt Buckle and George Arnett, including just an unbelievable pass from Carter Nickel.
Wow.
Colt Buckle.
Behind the back, right into the hands of Colt Buckle. Easy layup. So Valley will start things off here in the fourth quarter. Copley pass outside to Arnett.
Tried a little hezzy there.
Copley off the screen, another three. Why not? Jace Copley from beyond the arc.
Yeah, 17 for Copley. Really getting going from the outside.
Lead is back up to tie what I believe is a game high at 12. Entry pass to Richards on the elbow, looking down low for Weiss, and it's poked out of bounds by Buckle, so it'll stay here with Eastern.
Yeah, Colt Buckle, he's got 19 points, and it's a quiet 19. Does a nice job on the backside defense there, knocking that ball away.
White, the inbounder, trying to get it into Tomlinson. Stewart just too tall. Now Copley on the other end. Easy layup in transition for 2.
Yeah, just getting out and going. You got to get back defensively. You have to get a stop.
Top of the key, Neil Weiss for 3 off the mark.
Good hustle.
And it'll be out of bounds on the Eagles as Richards almost was able to save it, but just not enough room for him.
Yeah, one of the cheerleaders saved the water bucket, or that may have been a...
Bobby Boucher's smiling down on us right now, John, saving the water. Copley now on the other end inside, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. That'll be on Neil Weiss. It'll be the team's third of the half.
Yeah, this feels like the danger time. Yeah, we're going to restart this. But it feels like the danger time here for the Eagles if they don't get a stop here. It may already be out of hand, but...
Nickel inbound into Stewart, and off the glass for 2. Lead is now up to 16 for the Indians.
Stewart with 4.
Tomlinson dribbles it off his own shoe. Copley comes up with the loose ball, pass to Buckle, and he lays it up and in for 2. Valley now eclipsing the 60-point mark and have an 18-point lead here with just a bit over 6 to go in the fourth.
And this is where when you use those 3 first-half timeouts, it makes it tough whenever a big run like this happens. But I think you got to get one pretty soon if you're Eastern, if you don't score here.
Inside, White, short-range jumper off the mark. Arnett the rebound for Valley.
They've had multiple shots like that in this game where it's been decent looks in the lane, just haven't gotten the fall.
Copley pass out to Nickel, now to Stewart. This one poked away and saved by Buckle, whose mid-range jumper is no good, but it'll be out of bounds on Tomlinson. Yeah, coming out of the break at halftime, John, it was all Eastern Eagles, a bunch of big threes from Tucker Leicht. And then after the last 3 made it, just kind of went away for him.
Yep.
tough shot from Copley, yes.
And shots like that do not help if you're Eastern.
Look like me out there, John.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have a timeout for the Eagles. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
64-34 coming out of the break here, John. A 21-point lead for Valley. Early minutes of the third quarter, Eastern had it down to a 5-point lead, but actually I believe may have had it down to a 3 or 4 point lead, but Valley just an offensive explosion here towards the back half of the third, first half of the fourth quarter here for us.
Yeah, Eastern had the lead, I believe, 3 separate times, and they were all for about 5 seconds each time as Valley went right down and answered all 3 times. And since then, Valley's just knocking shots down, and now they're going to get another steal.
Wide open in transition is Buckle. Easy 2 points for the senior, lead now up to 23.
Yeah, Buckle with 23 to give him the game high right now. Jace Copley with 22. George Arnett with 17.
Wide on the left wing, off the dribble, and foul. That'll be on Arnett.
Lead up to 23 for Valley, and this has happened. One of those, just like that things.
Yeah.
Well,
it really was just like that for Eastern there
yes.
for a second, and then just quickly flipped the script there. And I think we're going to have a foul on Buckle.
Yeah, just fought his way through the screen. It's only his 3rd foul. Well, I guess his 2nd.
So Neil Weiss to inbound on the baseline here for the Eagles. He'll get it in to Tomlinson. Now to White, guarded by Arnett, who is called for a foul. That'll send Jace White to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, White, when I've seen them, he's been a big catalyst for them. He got those 3 first-half fouls, so he hasn't really been able to get going offensively in the game. He's still been pretty good defensively. Which is impressive after spending so much time on the bench with the foul trouble.
Knocks down the first of 2 here, cuts the lead to 22. Chance to get it back down to 21, which he does not. Stewart the rebound off the missed free throw. Arnett moving midi in transition is off the mark. Copley with the putback, can't get it to go. Copley another rebound, comes up with the loose ball. And he'll kick it out to Arnett. Now Nickel on the drive, looking for Stewart on the pass, just a bit over the head of Stewart, which, John, is a bit hard to do when you have a 6'8 target, but just a bit off the mark. That'll turn it over to Eastern.
Yeah, Valley's intensity has picked up greatly here in the second half.
Yeah, going to be a carry on White, so another quick turnover here for the Eagles. Hands it over to the Indians with a 22-point lead, 4:27 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're Valley, just break the pressure.
Copley wide open on the left wing, rattles, thought it might come out, but eventually drops down for 3, lead up to 15.
Yeah, and I was
Excuse me,
about
25.
Yeah.
This one loose. Buckle comes up with it, and Brewer Tomlinson called for the foul. So another turnover here for the Eagles.
Yeah, as I was getting ready to say for Valley was, break the pressure, take your time offensively. But Jace Copley's on fire, so why take your time if he's going to get his feet set, bury that shot. He's got 25.
Valley looking to break the press here, which they do with the pass to Arnett. Floater upstairs to Stewart. John, we've seen that once before, and I thought, man, this big guy's about to throw it down. I was thinking it there again, but instead just lays it off the glass for two. White on the other end. Pass to Tomlinson, who kicks it out. Neil Leist, a three from the left wing off the rim. Stewart the rebound.
Yeah, Neil Leist just hadn't been able to get going tonight.
Lead up to 27 for the Indians. Under 3:30 to play here in the fourth.
And they were losing in the last quarter. That's just kind of...
Copley once again. Yes! Copley on fire here tonight.
28.
Leist on the other end, up for the layup and fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for the 6'3" senior of Eastern.
Yeah, it was, like I said earlier, 39-37. 37-5 run. 37-5 for the Indians.
I'd say the win percentage in OHSAA history of teams allowing a 37-5 run is probably 0 and however many times it's happened. Buckle on the other end going for the dunk, but is fouled. So we'll have 2 free throws on the other end this time for Valley's Colt Buckle.
Well, and then that's kind of inexcusable, though. I mean, I know the game's getting out of hand, but all Copley did was take it out and throw it down court. There was no extra pass had to be made. Now Buckle gets a chance to attempt to get up to 25, but he will not.
So mass subs here for the Indians. Chris Queen, Hunter Edwards, and Parker Lute all come into the game for Valley.
Yeah, I would assume that's going to end Arnett's night. Ended up with 5 assists almost all at the end of this game.
Dylan Morton the rebound for Eastern, under 3 to play.
Nice fake.
Inside, up for the layup. Tough shot for Leist is good.
Well, that's just what Leist can do. He can do so much on the court. He just wasn't able to get a shot going tonight.
Heat check here for Copley is way off the mark. Saved by Buckle. Queen had it for a moment, but eventually Tucker Leist comes up with the rebound. Now Leist, another 3 ball. Not able to connect on that one either. Buckle the rebound and will have a foul on Eastern.
Good job by Chris Queen to keep that play alive. And for Jace Copley, I mean, why not shoot that? You're 4 for 4 in the quarter from 3. Little deep, but why not?
So Chase Davis and J.R. Holbrook come into the game for Valley. As Queen not able to knock down the front half of the 1-and-1 rebound Leist. Inside, spin move. This one blocked away by Chris Queen, but he's called for a foul. So that'll send Neil Leist back to the line with 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, Leist will have a chance to get double figures. He's got 8.
First shot for Leist is good. Lead now to 26 for the Indians. Down to 25. Down low, Edwards looking for his first 2 points of the contest, which he has.
Yeah, Hunter Edwards, good athlete, give him good minutes.
Leist, another deep 3, can't connect. Lute, the defensive rebound. Pushed ahead, intercepted by Eastern's Neil Leist. Behind the back move, pass down low to Jace White, who finishes off the glass for 2.
I think we're going to get we're just going to get a 30 here from Valley.
So Coach Tackett will take a timeout with 1:33 to go. It's like Carson Powell going to check into the game for the Indians.
Yeah, only a freshman. He did have the student section chanting for him, so that's always a good feeling.
I'd say if he's knocking down a 3, maybe in that far corner right in front of the student section, this place might blow up.
Yeah, this has been, a really good crowd, and I don't know, probably 95% of them on the Valley side are still here. So, I mean, they've done a good job supporting their guys here on homecoming. I'm still confused.
In January.
I'm still confused on the multi-homecomings.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah. But you always want to celebrate homecoming with a win, so.
All right. Top of the key, Edwards, a 3-ball. Just like White may have caught a piece of it. Rebound goes to the Eagles. White in trouble, steps through a defender and can't get it to go. Morton comes up with the loose ball. Once again, Morton nearly coming up with the offensive rebound. Eventually, he throws it back into play, and it's picked off by Hunter Edwards.
Good hustle, though, from Joe Morton. Oh, he wanted it.
Edwards off the drive, off the glass. 4 points for the senior here in the closing minutes of the contest. Feed down low to Morton. Kicks it out. And the ball will be off of the Eagles. That'll turn things over back to the Indians.
Yeah, Valley's going to move to 12-4. At least 2 straight wins here. It's a really impressive last, it truly was about an 8-minute spurt there for Valley, where they just took
Copley, Arnett, Buckle.
Yeah, took this from a competitive game to a laugher in about 8 minutes, and that's if you're Valley, that's what you want.
And that will be our final 78-51. Like John said, Valley moves to 12-4, 8-4 in the SOC2. For Eastern, they move to an even 9-9 and move to 4-8 in the SOC2. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, John will have all of the stats for both teams from tonight's contest. You've been watching Ohio High School Boys Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really, it's
a 27-78-51 win here for the Indians. Once again moves them to 12-4, 8-4 in the SOC2. The loss puts Eastern at 9-9, 4-8 in the league. Next game for the Indians, John, is actually tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I believe, as they take on the Mohawk Warriors. I'm assuming that's some kind of classic deal. I'm not sure. It said neutral site. I'm not 100% sure where the location of that is, but considering they're playing Mohawk, I would think it would be somewhere closer north, as I think the league they were in is called like the Northern 10 or something like that. So not 100% sure where the site is, but that'll be a neutral site game for the Indians tomorrow around 1 o'clock. For Eastern, their next game will come next Tuesday on January 31st, as they'll look to get back to the Tigers of Waverly, who handed them a loss, who was Waverly's only win on the season. That game is at Eastern, so that'll be a home game for the Eagles. John, if you're ready, you want to go ahead and give us the stats from tonight?
Yeah, it's 78-51 win for Valley. Just really blew up there in the second half. They were led in scoring by Jace Copley with 28 points. 8 of 12 from 3. And
man, a couple of them
two
were
of them
deep.
were super deep.
Heat checks.
And I would guess those are, probably pretty close to school record, I would think, is, with the 8 threes by Copley. Colt Buckle had 23 points, 10 rebounds. George Arnett had a really good all-around game. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Just doing a little bit of everything. Shot really efficiently from the field as well. Hunter Edwards with 4. Carter Nickel didn't score, but he had 4 assists. Does a good job of just finding guys, including having that absurd behind-the-back save.
Man, I tell you what, that was one of the more impressive, non-scoring plays I've seen this year.
Yeah, and then Levi Stewart rounded out the score. Well, actually, Chris Queen. Never mind, Chris Queen was, I believe he had 2, but that may be off. Levi Stewart had 6 points, 9 rebounds for the Indians. Now for Eastern, they were led by Tucker Leist, who between the end of the first half and that spurt to start the second half.
First few minutes of the third.
He hit 4 out of 5 threes really quickly and got them that lead. He finished with 18 points. They did a good job on him. I mean, after he hit those 3 threes, then that's where Jace Copley really
said, whatever you can do, I can do better on the other end.
Yeah, and had a really nice finish to his night. So Tucker Leist, 18 points, really impressive by the sophomore point guard for Eastern. Then a freshman, Brewer Tomlinson, 12 points, 6 rebounds. All 12 of his points were in the first 3 quarters. Well, actually the first 2 quarters. And then next was Neil Leist with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for the Eagles. Jace White with 5 points. TJ Richards, who only had 4 points, but in the third quarter just made a lot of things happen, using his length really well. He had 4, and then Dylan Morton finished up the score with 2 for the Eagles.
Yeah, John, a big thank you to Carson Francis for helping us out on the camera as always, and a big thank you to the Valley Athletic Department for allowing us to come to the game for the second, well, it's the third Valley game we've done, but the second time we've been here at Valley High School, and they've given us a great setup both times. So once again, a big thank you to the Valley Athletic Department. But for now, John, that is all we here at Southern Ohio Sports Authority have for you tonight. Alongside John Bruce, I'm Dewey Daly saying so long from Valley High School. Once again, the final, Valley 78, Eastern 51. Have a great rest of your night.